Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Will. I'm Will Cesar, and today it's all about the mushroom. We're gonna go meet up with David Falkowski in Bridgehampton, Long Island, and he grows two special mushrooms, blue oyster and shiitake mushrooms, and they're both organic, and he grows them in his own special way. So first, we're gonna make our chicken marsala with our blue oyster mushrooms. If you don't know what a blue oyster mushroom is, let's go ask Dave right now. First of all, David, why are we wearing these masks?
We're wearing the masks because mature mushrooms drop copious amounts of spores. Over time, especially myself, we can develop a sensitization to those.
So what kind of mushrooms do you grow here?
What we're looking at here are some blue oyster mushrooms. Oyster for their shape, blue for their hue.
So David, I see that there's a plastic bag with all these mushrooms grow out of it. What's in the bag?
What's inside of the bag is chopped organic wheat straw.
All right.
Sometimes we use oat straw, any cereal straw will do, and we use a supplement of pelletized alfalfa. We propagate the mushrooms through tissue culture.
And what's tissue culture?
Tissue culture is the process of taking a piece of the mushroom and expanding that. When it grows out, it's called mycelium, which is in essence this white stuff you see in the bags.
Okay.
So mushroom cultivation is all about expanding that tissue through tissue culture, getting it into a substrate suitable for its fruiting. And that's what we're looking at here.
All right, and how long does it take you to have the mushrooms grow?
Well, in the laboratory, it's a 1 to 2 month process, and it's about a 1 month time for it to colonize in the bag, and then a cropping cycle of 1 to 2 months. So we're looking at a total of 3 to 4 months time.
And these are ready to take off?
These are, they're ready to go right now, yeah.
All right, we're back at my house with those great mushrooms Dave showed us. We got the blue oyster and the shiitake mushrooms. And he showed us all about it, and we had a great time there. And now it's time to cook. First, we're gonna make a chicken marsala with the blue oyster mushrooms. So let's get started. Right here, I got some flour in a bowl. I'm gonna put a little ground pepper in there. A little bit of salt just to season it up. Take your fork and just, stir it up, mix it up, season it good. Now over here, we got some fresh chicken breast that was butterflied at my local butcher. So here we're gonna dip this in the flour. And also on the pot right here, I got some oil with garlic sizzling away. And then I'm gonna take this chicken breast and I'm gonna just put it in there and cook it. And let that brown. Meantime, I'm gonna take one of the clusters of blue oyster mushrooms, and we're gonna slice it up. Take our knife, and we'll slice it up. You could use button mushrooms for chicken marsala if you don't have any of these. See the chicken now, I think it's ready to flip. Just flip it. See how it's nice and brown? You kind of want that look to it. And we'll brown the other side just like that. All right, so we got the chicken in the pan. As I said before, I went to my local butcher and I got the chicken breasts butterflied and pounded. It's a better way, to cook the chicken. It's a nicer way for a chicken marsala. And also you could put, I have 2 garlic cloves in here. You just keep it in the pan throughout the whole time you're cooking all the chicken. All right, now it's ready to take out of the pan. I'll put it right on our plate. So now it's time to make the marsala sauce. Since I took out my chicken, I left the 2 garlic cloves in. I put a little bit more oil, let that heat up, and now we're gonna saute my mushrooms. Hear that sizzling noise? And you want to make sure they don't dry out. As soon as they look like they're going to dry out, just put the marsala wine in. Put my chicken breast right here on the plate so we can get ready to plate that. I'm also going to cut up a tablespoon of butter, which we're going to put in. The butter brings flavor and a shiny look to the sauce, and it looks really nice when it's finished. Brown these up a little bit. It smells really good. So now I'm going to put a little bit of our marsala wine in. not too much. And also this reduces too, so it's just gonna reduce half in the sauce. The marsala wine, the glaze is the whole pan of the chicken juice and all the burnt parts, and it goes into the sauce and gives it some flavor. Put our tablespoon of butter in. Let that melt. See how the butter made it look a little bit like a caramel color, but really like glistening. We got our chicken here. Take our mushrooms out of the pan, put it right on top of the chicken. We'll put one of each garlic clove on top of the chicken. We'll pour some of the juices on top. And there's our chicken marsala with our blue oyster mushrooms and some garlic and a marsala wine sauce. So now we're done with the blue oyster, so what's on these racks?
Again, these are my shiitake mushrooms. The shiitake mushroom is a little different. Just like the oyster mushrooms grow on cereal straws, shiitake mushrooms grow on a woody substrate. In this case, these blocks are comprised of sawdusts and grains. Once the block is colonized, we soak the blocks in cold water for a couple hours. What that does is two things. It builds up the moisture content in the block, because mushrooms are largely moisture. Yeah. It also, shiitake mushrooms are typically fall fruiting mushrooms. So we check the fungus and the thing, oh, it's the cool wet weather of fall, it's time to put out our fruit bodies and reproduce. It's about 1 to 2 weeks after the soaking that we start getting mature mushrooms, or close to it. This one's mature, these are getting close. That fruiting is called a flush. So we can get up to 3 flushes off the blocks. The first one tends to be the largest, pound and a half. The second one considerably smaller, and if we do get a third one, very small.
All right, so now we're gonna make our second course. We're gonna make fettuccine with our shiitake mushrooms with a raw chive sauce. We're gonna blend it up with some other spices. So first, let's get our pasta in the water. We're gonna do a pound of pasta, fettuccine. I'm gonna saute the shiitake mushrooms. We'll get some of this garlic. So we'll throw that in the pot. Get a little golden brown. Nice little sizzle over there. It smells so good. We'll take our mushrooms. You always want to take the stems off. It kind of has like a woody flavor. And that's enough, so we're going to quarter these. Quartering, if you don't know what quartering means, it means cutting into 4 parts. Throw our mushrooms in here. Alright, so now we're gonna have mushrooms in there. We're gonna put a little crushed red pepper, a little heat, a little salt, a little pepper. Give that a flip. We're gonna have to saute. So we're gonna take 2 bunches of chives, cut them a little bit so it's easier to blend. And we're gonna put them in our blender. We're gonna put 2 garlic cloves in there, a little bit of crushed red pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Then we're gonna put some cheese in there. Roughly about maybe half a cup. Then we're gonna put a little bit of oil and then add some oil as it's blending. All right, now we're gonna blend it. You're gonna pulse it till it goes. Looks a little thick, so we can put a little bit more olive oil just to liquefy it. All right, now that's all blended together. Now we're gonna put our pasta in the bowl and put the sauce on top. See how thick it is? It's like a pesto, but it's a green onion pesto. Stir that around. And if you don't like onions, might not be a pasta for you, but I love onions, and if you love onions, it's a great pasta. So now we got our mushrooms. I'm just gonna put them right on top. All right, now I gotta wrap up the show. We got our chive pesto here with our organic shiitake mushrooms, and we got our chicken marsala there with our blue oyster organic mushrooms. And I just want to thank Dave for bringing us on the mushroom farm, showing us how he cultivates the mushrooms and all about them. And also you could visit my website for my recipes. It's www.cookingwithwill.com. Just want to thank you for watching, and I'm Will Cizak, and I gotta go eat all this food.